Welcome back to Crown Chats and to part 2 with the remarkable Jessie Hutch. Let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm a health and fitness nut, so I always like to pick the brain of any guest that shows that this is also a discipline and priority in their life. I love your workout videos. You are unleashed in the gym. You have this insane plyometric routine. You're doing box jumps and pull-ups and you're pushing sleds. It's incredible to see your discipline in this. How are you able to consistently keep your workout routine a priority, especially with an ever-changing filming and travel schedule? And how would you best advise others who maybe struggle to make this a priority in their own life?
Yeah, I mean, you said the word prioritize. So it's either a lifestyle for you or it's not. Now, I understand that there will be certain times that you just can't get it done. And that's okay. You need grace for those moments. But in general, I have come to realize that 2 hours in the gym is better than 2 hours in the bed and sleeping longer. So that's just for me. It's not for everybody. Rest is still highly important, especially for training regularly. I generally train 6 days a week, and I'm still on set sometimes for 12 to 14 hours a day. So sometimes I'm working out at night. Sometimes it's in the morning, middle of the day. Sometimes it's 1 a.m. Whatever it takes, you just have to do something. And obviously diet follows that. Once you go down the rabbit hole of health, I'm sure you know this, you just keep going. It's like, okay, well, what kind of water am I drinking? Okay, well, what kind of food am I eating? Wait, where am I getting my food? Wait, where was that meat from? Okay, are these eggs real? Like, was this vegetable grown in an actual garden or is it from a warehouse? Like, you just start going down this trail and it becomes overwhelming. And I think a lot of people just are kind of like, how do I do anything? So I think just one day at a time. What can you do today that's going to help you make a difference? So if it means you getting a water filter that you feel good about, that you feel comfortable about, or at least helping your water supply that you're ingesting, then just work on that for now. And then eventually, shift your diet and start to go, okay, well, what am I eating? Does it feel good? Do I feel bloated? Am I not? This is so nuanced. We could talk about this for days and hours. But as a whole, if you're going to do it, you got to do it. One thing that, and I mean, life shifts. I get that, and things change. I mean, my kids are old enough now that my boys are training with me. So there was like a phase, for example, where that was actually kind of, it was amazing and beautiful, but it was challenging for me because I was like, okay, they're just at the age they can go, but they need like all the training and all the hands on it. I got to be there. And so now this workout takes 3 hours. And so I'm like, oh man, I don't have 3 hours. Okay. Well, so I had to pare my workouts back so that I could bring them with me. And that was just a shift in mentality of going, okay, well, yes, I want to be healthy but I also want my family to be healthy. So what can I do for them? What can I do to help my wife? My wife wants to go work out. We homeschool. All 3 kids are here. Is there a way that I can help shift the schedule so that she can go work out now? Do we all go together? Do we, and this changes, like, trust me, for us, almost monthly. And right now we're all traveling together. We're all in Utah. We're filming Homestead, as you mentioned. We made sure we got into a building that has a decent gym. So we can literally just hit the rooftop gym and we're there. There's a pool. If one kid doesn't want to work out, okay, well, I can see you through the window. You hit the pool. You have fun. I'm going to work out. We got one kid over there playing at the pool table and we just make it happen. And so don't find excuses, find solutions. And you will quickly find that, as I said, one day at a time can help you make a lot of difference. So don't be discouraged by that. It's just, what can you do today for free? There's a lot of things you can do for free to change your workout schedule. You can go for a walk. You can stand up and sit down. You can sit on a medicine ball at your office instead of sitting in a chair. I mean, just find anything that you can do to make a change today and keep at least working towards that. So I hope that kind of answers it. It's tough to add, it's a very nuanced thing that you need to do in your life, but I just can't not do it. It's like, I actually feel worse. I'm more cranky. I'm not connected. My brain doesn't work as well. So once you start kind of going down that path of health, you realize that you're like, oh, this is actually really good for me. And you you also want it to be good for those around you. So you don't want to sacrifice relationships and family for that either. So there's a balance of going, like when my wife was pregnant in the beginning and we had 3 kids under the age of 3, I was in worse shape, and not for lack of trying, but it was just like, man, how do I go to the gym for an hour and a half and leave my wife at home with 3 kids? And there was times that I would, I'd still try to find a way. Okay, if they're all asleep, I'll go then at night. Wasn't as effective, but it was something. So wherever you're at in life, recognize that, realize it, sit down, talk with your loved ones, talk with your family, or maybe you got nobody to talk to. It's just yourself. Sometimes those can be the hardest conversations. So figure it out with yourself, because that, no matter what, that's where it starts. And no one's going to really cheer you on. If you're lucky, you have someone in your life that goes, yeah, good job hitting the gym. But generally, anything you want to change in your life is going to start in the the shadow of your soul, where there's no applause and no one's shining a light on it, and you just got to get up and get it done.
And with all of that hard work, it's paying off as we see you in these action-packed roles in both Homestead and When Hope Calls. Have you had to do any sort of special preparation or training for these particular roles, or acquire any new skills that you can share about?
Yes, you're absolutely right. I think as an actor, I want to represent the people that I'm the best I can. If I'm playing a firefighter, then I want to learn and figure that out and how to make that happen. If I'm an ex-Green Beret, then I hope that works out, And so I've actually been at least able to connect with some ex-Green Berets, ex-Navy SEALs, and actually train with them. So I have gone out on live fire training. We are using, ARs and pistols, and we're going out on courses, and they're teaching us and training us from the ground up. So I'd love to do more of that. I actually tried to join the military twice while I was growing up, and kind of that's a longer story, but God said no both times. And yet I did all the training. I did all the prerequisites, physical, mental, emotional, educational, and almost joined the Air Force when I was like 20, 21. And then again, when I was about 23, 24, I was living in Los Angeles, and I had done a bunch of prerequisite training for about 4 months to join the Navy SEALs. And so that's kind of still, there's something in there that inside of me that really loves the training they do. And I actually love training with firearms, and just the challenges that they give us, and the way you have to stay calm and cool and regulated. And so on Homestead, I've been able to play a character that, has to stay cool, calm, and collected, and doing my best just to honor veterans and those that serve. And, we don't always get that training, and we don't always get the time, and we don't always get what we would hope to have all the time. So I also hope that when people watch these projects, they're not like, oh my goodness, Jesse, you're embarrassing. So just everything you do, right? The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you look at people, the way you take in your surroundings, it's all really important. And I'm just learning from others. And so I'm trying to bring that to screen. So I get a lot of feedback though from veterans and people who've served, and it's an honor. It really is, because some of these men and women have really opened up in ways that I never expected, and shared stories with me that I think are really personal. And that's also just like another benefit to kind of doing what I do. It's not often that you get that, but when like a fan comes up to me in a store, or somebody's at the airport, or whatever the case may be, right? Someone comes up and just kind of shares their heart. It's a really genuine, thankful moment. I'm thankful for that, because they don't have to do that. You know what I mean? And yet, I don't know, there's a lot of connection for people. I've had people who have been in surgery, people who are fighting cancer, people that lost a loved one to suicide, and they've come up and shared stories with me going, look, I watched this project. I saw you in this thing, and it brought me hope, and it gave me courage. And I'm like, what? Like, that's crazy. I did not think of that when I was on set, So all I can do is really honor the people that I represent to the best of my ability, whether it's real or made up. For example, on the Crossroads Springs is a new series that's airs, I think, in like 2 days or on Great American Pureflix. And I play an antagonist. So speaking of Rip, you mentioned that I'm dare I say, I'm like the Rip character of this series. It's kind of like a Yellowstone vibe, but it's extremely family friendly. So we're like on the opposite end of the spectrum of Yellowstone, and yet so awesome to be able to play a character that people may either love to hate or hate to love. I don't know.
And Homestead Season 2, or Part 2 of the previous season, is in production, and a few other special appearances have been announced for you. Can you tell us a little bit about the projects you have coming soon?
Oh man, I am doing another Christmas film that literally just came to be like in the last couple days. And so I don't think I'm even allowed to say who I'm doing it with yet. I don't know. You will all know who she is. She's an awesome person. We actually know her on a friend level. Her and her family are just amazing and wonderful, but also as an actress, I've never done a movie with her yet. So, but we've known each other for a long time. And so this will kind of be, I don't know, I think it'll be interesting. It'll be exciting for people. And we're going to manage to fit it in before the end of the year. I was like, I don't know where we're going to fit this in. Like, things just keep happening and work's rolling. And then it was like, well, how about right here? And I was like, wow, that's literally the only gap that even exists. Like, this is going to work out. And so looks like it's going to work out. So yeah, I'll be doing some travel from Utah to Vancouver to Toronto to New York to Toronto. And of course my family's coming with me. So here we go. And we're just going to wing it.
It's just the journey into Christmas. Oh my goodness. But
yeah. And I'm very thankful for the work. Cause our industry is just a gong show. It's like, and I mean, I think I went 6, 7, 8 months without working. So, there's gaps. And I mean, I was still producing, things here, or I was helping write over here, but it's all kind of work that is behind the scenes. I'm developing a lot of my own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have a writing partner. Him and I have been working together for a long time, and we're, walking down some avenues with financing and distribution. There's a Christmas comedy that I wrote that maybe has a little traction right now. We'll see. But I don't know. I just want to find more ways to reach everybody and help people laugh and have fun and just, I don't know, hopefully bring some stories to life that everybody can really enjoy, with their families.
And that brings us to our final segment, which I call a little crown to crown, which is simply a rapid fire response. I'll give you a topic. You give me the first answer that comes to mind.
Oh, these ones get me in trouble. Like toilet seat. No.
Dream filming location.
Oh, Ireland.
If you could switch places with a former co-star for a day to experience their perspective while filming, who would it be?
Man, that's good. And that's a tough one to like just fire back and have an answer so quick. Co-star. So many cool projects that I've been able to be a part of. I mean, I think like working on, I don't know, things like Arrow, Smallville, those shows, there was so many cool things happening and stunts and storylines, and it'd be really fun to just kind of swap roles with really any of the co-stars that I had on any of those projects.
Which of your past projects has more story to tell, either as a sequel, prequel, or spinoff?
Well, you probably know this in the romantic comedy world. So many people want sequels and spinoffs, and the ones that stand out would probably be Let It Snow and Harvest Moon. I think Candace and I still get messages. You're gonna make another one? We're like, oh, like we did that a long time ago.
I literally had that question on here and I didn't ask. I was like, it's been like 12 years. We could see you guys running Snow Valley. It's okay.
Yeah, it would be kind of cool, actually. I've thought of some, and I mean, I'm still friends with,
Yeah.
both Candace and Jesse Schramm, and they're just awesome people. It'd be so fun to do a sequel to that. I mean, there's roles that I had that just never got to continue because series was canceled. I actually did a series a long time ago called About a Girl, and it was for the N Network, which was Nickelodeon. And that was my first series where I was the number one lead. And it was about 3 guys and a girl that were roommates in college. And our showrunner was the same showrunner from The Growing Pains. And so it was we had an amazing group of writers, and it was so fun. But the company just like decided to cut every show that didn't take place in high school, and we just got gutted. Something like that. I'd love to pick something like that up. I mean, even Batwoman. I played an actual comic book character from the DC Comics world, and that would have been so fun because it was like Bane's blood was put into my character, and I started to like kind of go a little nuts, and I had a muscle suit and all these stunts we were doing. It was so fun. I would love to do that.
That would be awesome. I love it. And shout out to Harvest Moon. Even my husband loves that movie. So I was like, the Pumpkin Farm movie. I was watching it because he's like, that's like one of our early favorites. So, and he does let it snow as well. But I've met Jessie a few times, and she's coming on here now, like in a month or so. But yeah, it's like even my husband's like, the Pumpkin Farm movie. Let's go watch that one. So,
hey, if we can get a husband on board, I'm like, yes.
I know.
Which is why I wrote my Christmas comedy, because I'm just trying to find ways to bring the men in a little more. You know what I mean? I would just, I don't know. I mean, I see all the husbands out there supporting their wives, hiding in the back while they're coming up to say hi. And I'm like, you get up here.
What are you watching over there? Yeah. I know. I was like doing my part to expand the male viewer demographic. It takes a lot of effort to make these movies feel very effortless. But what is something either hilarious or maybe unglamorous that has happened to you during a take?
I mean, it's either a practical joke by the crew, which if you're blessed enough to be around the crew long enough, you can start to mess around with each other. I was doing a series called Cedar Cove, and that was for Hallmark way back in the day. And we were in season 2, I think. And I played an ex-Navy SEAL with PTSD, and I worked out and I trained all the time back then. And so the crew caught on to this, and they were like, oh, okay. And so there's a scene where I'm supposed to be loading this vehicle up and doing my lines, and we do the rehearsal, and we do like one take. And then what I didn't know was that they went into some of the bags and they threw like some 30-pound sandbags into it. And so I was like, okay. So I like literally grabbed this bag and I'm talking, and I grab it and it's like, and I'm like, whoa, that's like way heavier. And I'm like, immediately was like, you buggers. And I'm like, so I just kept going. I'm like, just hawk this thing in the back. I keep going. And as soon as we cut, everybody started laughing because it was like, you could tell on screen that I didn't expect it to be an extra 30 pounds heavier than what it was. So stuff like that, I think it comes across once in a while where just, if you're honored enough to have a crew make fun of you, I take that as kind of a good step forward, because, the crew sees everything, they're always around. It's kind of like nothing surprises them. So if you can make them laugh or have a relationship with them in an honest way, I think that's a really key ingredient to making a good project.
Yeah, for sure. I hope there's like some lost footage out there of that, so we can actually see that take of it.
Oh my goodness, especially like on these rom-coms that I do, like they'll have me do these. I mean, you guys see it, and it's always like, hey, 3 days to Christmas or whatever it is. I'm telling you, I like go off the handle and do so. It's just ridiculous. And of course, they usually don't use it, but I wish they would put together a blooper reel, because I love just goofing around too, and I try to get my co-star in on it too, or I'll freak them out or surprise them or something, and they're totally caught off guard. So Jill Wagner's pretty good with that. Like she'll just roll with it, but oh my goodness, like sometimes your co-stars, they're just like, did you really just say that?
And lastly, a favorite charity or organization to give a shout out to that holds a place in your heart.
Well, the Special Operations Warrior Foundation, Jill Wagner actually supports that big time. And she has, that's coming up like September 5th or something, I think. And she does it on her actual farm. And I can't make it because I'm actually filming Homestead, and we're kind of both on Homestead together, but she's available and free. And I can't make it, so I'm kind of bummed, but there's a lot of great people going, music and fans, and it's an absolute like magical time. I personally am a part of a group of 100 men, and it's called 100 Strong. And we all pitch in quarterly, and ultimately there's $10,000 every quarter. And so what we do is we find local. Now I'm based out of Franklin, Tennessee, so we find local nonprofit organizations, and we sort of vet them all and get into their books. And are they, is it for real? What do they stand for? What are they doing? And then we sort of have a top 3 that we'll pick, and they come out and they kind of do a pitch to everybody. And then we sort of vote, and that person gets a $10,000 check at the end of the day. So that's sort of the beginning, but it actually stems off into a lot more than that. Like there's individual men that want to do more. We want to help different organizations. And so we try to grow and keep that going. And I think we're going to start one now for women in our neighborhood. So it'll be like a 100 Strong, but the women version of it. And so I don't know, it's exciting, and it's just amazing to have your eyes open to see how to help others. So a great question. Thank you for asking.
And that wraps this up. Thank you so much for being here. You are such a busy person, going from project to project and traveling all over this year. So I sincerely appreciate you taking up the time to be here and tell us all about the exciting projects you have. And so therefore, where can people find and follow you to not miss out on anything coming soon from Jesse Hutch?
Thank you. Instagram is the only thing that I have a personal hand and a personal touch in, and even at that, I still kind of have a love-hate relationship with it. So I'll post a bunch, and then all of a sudden, I'm just like living life, and I'm like, I'll post later, and then later, and later. But trust me, I'm there. I'm trying to check in. I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to pay attention, and so I appreciate when people reach out and just kind of connect on there.
And that wraps up another episode of Crown Chats. Thank you so much for joining me. If you loved this episode, you don't want to miss out on the even more exciting guests we have coming soon. So please be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And of course, follow me, Haley, at Crown the Halls on Instagram. And don't forget about our sweet merch with Dressing Festive. You can find that linked here in the episode and of course in my Instagram bio. So until next time, wear your crown. Your crown may tilt, may it never fall, but you are beautiful and you are strong.